The great, and I totally mean this, the great Roseanne Barr is once again in the crosshairs of the woke mob, and I'm going to stick up for this old bag. She is hilarious. She is somebody who is just going to go out there and say the funniest thing possible, regardless of who it offends. Like, she's been on the scene, on the circuit since like the 80s, man. She broke in at the same time as Andrew Dice Clay, okay? Back in those old Dangerfield comedy hours. Okay, she was up there doing the old housewife shtick. Like, she's been ruthlessly funny for longer than I've been alive, for the better part of 4 decades. Roseanne's been edgy, irreverent, always seems to come back wildly popular in the aftermath. So the fact that she continues to be a thorn in progressive sides, I gotta applaud her for that. She's not getting canceled because of this. I just find this to be just completely hilarious. Roseanne Barr wonders when Lizzo will thank her for paving the way for curvy women in Hollywood. I think she knows that her example in the beginning, back in like the 90s, okay, the first run of Roseanne, or whatever the hell it's called now at this point in time, you know, when she got fired off of that, you know, the #1 rated show that is now just descended in some woke, disgusting stew. Like the last show that was drawing actual numbers on network television. And now she's taking passive-aggressive shots at the biggest land whale on the scene. You'll love to see it. Roseanne Barr thinks it's about damn time Lizzo pays homage to her. The Roseanne alum took to Instagram over the weekend to remember her Vanity Fair cover from February 1994. Yeah, which back in 1994, they were going, oof, you're actually doing that? Which featured the comedian rocking black lingerie while sitting in a wooden chair and holding a cut lemon. Yeah, exactly. He was going for a theme. However, instead of sharing a touching message about the moment, she questioned, "When is Lizzo going to thank me for paving the way?" Several fans praised Barr, 70, in her comments section about being one of the first stars to display a curvier body type in the media. Yeah, you can even just tell by that cover, okay? She's holding lemons, okay? She's got a train set at her feet, which kind of ends up being a bit of an homage to one of the other jokes and, you know, led her to be canceled a couple of decades later. But we'll get to that, I'm sure. Like, I don't know, is that supposed to be sexy? I think it's supposed to be half a joke and half putting on. It's like, wow, you know, maybe I should give that sitcom a try. Yeah, just a bunch of, you know, prop comments that they're using here. Yeah, you're the original, you're an icon, blah, blah, blah. All that's, mess. Other fans took Barr's comments as shade towards, well, somebody who casts quite a large shadow. And to be completely fair, that has nothing to do with race, but it's just like, yo, man, there's no shape to Lizzo except for round. Like, honestly, they're both low on the totem pole for me, but just compare and contrast that picture to that picture. I understand one is a photo shoot, one's a professional photo shoot, and the other one is, you know, the last thing that the jaws of life see before they're trying to save somebody from a terrible car accident. You definitely help the bigger girls. However, there are many before and many after you. Yeah, just make mention of the ones beforehand, okay? Because, yeah, there's definitely been bigger girls after her. Take a look. Several of them on stage right there. Women need to lift women up, not down. Well, you can't lift anybody down. That's called setting something down, but okay, cool. Of course, it's a woman writing this quote, so I wouldn't exactly expect gravitational accuracy. But women, hey man, there's not enough women that are in that audience that could collectively raise her up. But yeah, we also know how rabid the Lizzo stans are, so yeah, she could definitely be getting canceled for this. But this is what ended up driving the current charge in order to get Roseanne Barr and another comedian who were just spitballing on a podcast cancel. Like, what are we doing here, guys? Roseanne Barr sparks outrage by saying nobody died in the Holocaust and 6 million Jews should die right now. Yeah, I'm sure she said that 100%, standing at a podium. Okay, like, that's just so inflammatory. There's got to be red flags going off in your head. Red flags with a little, you know, Tibetan good luck charm in the middle of them, maybe. But those are statements that would look out of line from a Nick Fuentes show, for Christ's sake. So you already got to know a couple of things that are at play here. It's like, oh my God, what did you guys take out of context? And did you also know that Roseanne Barr, what's the Barr? Oh, she's a Jew. Interesting, right? Okay. But the comedian's son says she was being sarcastic. Yeah, of course she is. If you don't know Roseanne's type of humor, you might mistake it. But then at the same time, you're just a humorless fuck just looking for an opportunity to just claw down somebody who's achieved so much. I thought it was all about lifting women up, right? Anyways, Roseanne Barr has been slammed for saying nobody died in the Holocaust and that it should happen years after she was canceled for racist tweets, which again, you take a look at those tweets and she was actually pretty good when it comes to her comparison game. Like, it was pretty on point. As her son defends her and says she was being sarcastic. Yeah, of course. Controversial comedian, 70, said made the comments on a recent podcast with Theo saying that 6 million Jews should die right now because, they cause all the problems in the world. Oh, right. That's a joke. That's a joke, right? Anyways, she comes under intense scrutiny from the comments, which were made in the context of comparing the Holocaust deniers to election fraud deniers. Oh, see, look at that. But other people, including her son, Jake Petland, and Vaughn himself, have doubled down in stating that she was simply being sarcastic rather than anti-Semitic. Yeah, exactly. It's almost like I could already understand, like, I haven't listened to the clip or anything like that. I don't watch the Theo podcast. But she's trying to take her comparison game all the way up to 11, the exact same way that any journalist or any leftist on Twitter will immediately go, well, Trump said this, and you know who else said that before? Hitler. But when a comedian does it, oh, guess what? All of a sudden, now it's out of line. Interesting stuff that you have there. Barr, smoking cigarettes, said on the podcast, comics were the last free speech art form. And as long as we're performing, things aren't as bad as they could be. Yeah, exactly. Like, look at her. Does she look like somebody who would be out there starting up the Fourth Reich? I don't think so, man. Come on. The Jewish comedian, who's Theo, oh, no, right, Rose, oh, right, oh, okay. Then started talking about election fraud. 36 countries. 36 counties can give you 81 million votes. That's a fact. Yeah, no. Okay, so she can count. Interesting. Vaughn, looking bewildered, asked, so it's rigged. So it wasn't rigged. Well, no, if you have historically high turnouts in those specific counties where you can just go ahead and push a state with enough electoral votes over the line, theoretically it could happen. To which she responded in deadpan, of course not. 36 counties have 81 million people in them. See, that's the truth. And don't you dare say anything against it or you'll be off YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. See? Playing the old game. YouTube has since switched up their policies and we don't know specifically which election we're talking about, right? Right? Vaughn said, it's scary, before Barr reiterated, and that's the truth. And nobody died in the Holocaust either. See, it's a continuation of a big fucking joke, just showing the absurdity. Yeah, don't you dare say anything against it, or you'll be off YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. And nobody died in the Holocaust either. That's the truth. It should happen. 6 million Jews should die right now because they cause all the problems in the world, but it never happened. Exactly. Just trying to portray the caricature of somebody who just spends their days on the Daily Stormer. I don't even know if that shit is still fucking around or anything like that. Spends their days in the bowels of fortune. I don't fucking know. Man, just taking the most ludicrous examples and playing them up for the camera. But of course, you got the quote miners that are out there taking the clips, blasting them all over Twitter and looks, racist Roseanne Barr is at it again, attacking her own people. Anyways, it never happened, she reiterated. She then went on to talk about how Jews control Hollywood. Well... Some people have pointed out that it was indeed dry humor, and she was comparing Holocaust denial to denying the 2020 election was stolen. Yeah, see? Both issues are comments on how you're not allowed to say, you aren't allowed to say online things online. Okay, it's just the Daily Mail and their fucking copy editor once again at it. Being canceled, it's insinuated. Exactly. But regardless, the sentiments were branded anti-Semitic because that's the only fucking card they can play. Reprehensible and irresponsible by her critics, who, just a bunch of dumbass, less accomplished fucks that have the charisma of Ron DeSantis' speechwriter. Like, it's so fucked, too. Like, just take a look at the picture that they, picked a Theo right there. Yeah, of course. Oh, what's he doing? What's he doing? That looks like a salute that I know from the past. The only thing that they teach in schools anymore. Well, that, slavery, and how communism wasn't all that bad. Jonathan Greenblatt, oh my God, CEO of the Defamation League, said, sarcasm or not, Roseanne Barr's comments about the Jews and the Holocaust are, I should have gotten a better character on that one, is reprehensible and irresponsible. This isn't funny. And shame on Theo shame, big shame, for not letting it go unchallenged and instead diving into conspiracy theories about the Jews and Hollywood. you know, that conspiracy theory that if you say anything fucked up about the Jews, you'll never work again. Imagine that. You know, it's not like, just pick somebody that's out there, like, somebody that was working on, like, a big Star Wars project or something like that, posts a meme comparing, let's just grab two groups of people, unvaccinated people, with people getting round up in concentration camps. Nobody would actually put that out there. And, you know, hey, even if they did put that out there, it's not like they'd end up losing their gig at said Star Wars project or anything like that, right? Right? They reached out to Gina Carano for comment, and she couldn't, you know, validify that statement. Another person said online, Roseanne Barr is sickening, denying the Holocaust and slaughter of 6 million people. That was more like... Come on now, she didn't deny it or anything like that. She was just asking, you know, how airtight are wooden doors. And the third added, fuck her for saying this and just being who she is in general. Oh, okay, cool. So you already hated her beforehand and this was just confirmation bias. But yo, man, just these humorless fucks that are out here. Except for Theo. Shout out to him. Like I said, I don't watch his podcast, but I do respect him because whenever I've seen clips of him, he's not that pretty good. He's pretty good, especially for the crop of comedians that are out there right now. He's definitely the tallest midget. This Roseanne Barr clip was sarcasm, folks. A clip taken out a long sarcastic rant she had during our chat. Can we not recognize sarcasm anymore? And then, of course, you know, here comes the defense squad. Mega lunatic Roseanne Barr's a propaganda-styled interview said the Holocaust never happened, that 6 million Jews should die today because she feels they cause all the problems in the world. Oh my God. These are the people. These are the people that think they are on the right side of everything. Oh my fucking God. Just humorless fucks. But let's just hear from Roseanne's son for a second. Jake Petland, Roseanne's son, hit back at TMZ. We are embarrassed that people are stupid enough to recognize, not to recognize that Roseanne is being sarcastic. We think it's funny that people are so stupid. Yeah, so they aren't fazed by this at all. Let's stop doing this clickbait shit. We need to focus on big problems in America. Focusing on out-of-context clips is what morons do, which, again, probably resonated well with Twitter. Oh, see, they just call us all stupid. That's what they think. It's like, yeah, okay, it's one of those self-fulfilling prophecies. And that's what Twitter does. You could wake up in the morning, you could just post good morning. You know, have some asshole in your reply saying, well, I woke up this morning and I've got cancer. It's not a good morning for me. Just shut up, you fucking victim merchants. So with all that said, thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.